and then I'll record. It says I'm recording. Okay, that's good. All right, so I will begin right now. So my name is Abby Williams, and the IP that I will be presenting to you today is a short film and poem, both by me, entitled Being. And the short film will aim to answer the question, what does it mean to be? To be alive, to be a part of the universe, and to be human. And just like the universe and just like we were before we were born, my story begins in the void, the vast unknown. Um, and from this void, colorful creatures and symbols will emerge from the darkness to take us on a surreal philosophical journey to break free from the clutches of existential dread. And so now I will begin telling you the different beats of my story and the colorful creatures that accompany, and will be telling the poem through these beats. So first, just as I said, we are thrown into the great void, into the great unknown of the universe. We don't really know our place. We have to make our place, and that can be scary. We are trapped inside of our minds, longing to break free and to be a part of the universe, to make a mark beyond ourselves, to escape our flesh prisons. However, fear can and it will keep us trapped within ourselves if we let it. Fear of loss, fear of failure, not feeling like you're good enough. But our unrelenting quest for meaning and purpose will push us past our internalized fears if we let them, if we let ourselves grow past them, if we remind ourselves that our life is more worth it than these fears. We create what it means to be simply by being. Existentialists, philosophers believe this, that there's no human nature to live up to an image of what you should or should not be. Just be who you want to see more of in the world. And that is how you will fight past fear and find meaning. So the ending message that my IP leaves the viewers with is that you are an essential part of the grand organism of the universe, and you should not let fear hold you back from being. We, just like these colorful creatures and symbols emerge from the void in my story and in my poem, to tell the grand story of life, you too are emerging from the void to tell your story and to tell your story of life, and to make your mark on the universe, even if it is just for a short while. So some of the visual development references that I used to develop my IP are Pendleton Ward and Duncan Trussell's The Midnight Gospel, the exploration of philosophical topics through cartoon and characters, surrealistic visuals, contrasted with the black void of space and the vastness of space, and centering around a human who's just trying to figure it all out, trying to figure out life. All of those themes are reflected in my IP as well. Also, Hieronymus Bosch's The Garden of Earthly Delights. The symbolism, the dreamlike visuals all inspired me a lot to portray my own surreal and dreamlike visuals. Also, of course, the genius surrealist Salvador Dali, especially his work with Walt Disney in their short film Destino, bringing dreamlike, emotional, internal conflicts onto the screen in a visual way, is what I also aim to accomplish. And Alex Hirsch's Gravity Falls, the combination of cartoon whimsy and also kind of dark and interesting themes all inspired me greatly to make my IP. So here's some of the concept art that I developed while creating my IP. It was just a lot of exploration of symbols, trying to figure out who's going to tell this story, what kind of archetypes are going to give the emotional response for each beat in the story, such as this devil here communicating fear and sin and all of these negative traits, things like that. A tree of life growing and showing beauty and how you can grow through fear. Symbols such as this that reflect our internal parts externally. And then possible platforms to market to due to its short length would be YouTube, Vimeo, Netflix, and the audience is teens, young adults, and anyone that loves surrealism, philosophy, and consume social media. So thank you for listening. That is my presentation. All right, let me quit screen share.